I think that the governance is crucial here, because it sounds all wonderful what we've got in the Netherlands, but it used to be very fragmented. Yeah. So the statistics office was doing their job because their job is statistical numbers. And then we had the IT agency that were doing IT things because this was their job. And then there were computer scientists, they were doing their job. So because we are so fragmented and we were very often reinventing the wheel and we were competing for the same sources of funding, it was not bringing the field any further, especially in social sciences. And this is where kind of like the Odyssey initiated to kind of create this joint effort from the whole community. Like, okay, we may have different ideas of where this should go, but if we don't act as one, we will never get anywhere. Mm-hmm. And I think this is a success that we have achieved so far, 8 years down the road. So not to discourage you, but the success was earlier. I mean, like we managed to kind of convince all the important parties to be part of this federated infrastructure, because it has to be federated. I mean, like, it's not feasible to think that we can centralize everything and just have it in one place. It's not going to work in the Netherlands, and I don't think it's going to work in the States for sure. So I think that's the future of linkage of the data and bringing the field further. Everyone has their own expertise and they work best when doing what they're good at, but they have to have this constant connection with other elements. And it could be either centralized, organized in a sense like overarching organization that organizes or any other governmental structure. And I think one more element, just to kind of follow up on this accountability, our lesson so far, we are accountable to our members. Mm-hmm. We are operating on behalf of our member organizations. And if we do not deliver, they will cut our fundings. Yeah. And this is very strong motivation to kind of bring those partners together and also show like, okay, this is what we achieved. These are the results. Some of them are not what we expected. So we have a mitigating plan for the future. Others did work well, but we are showing you what happened with the money that we were granted. So that's, if there are ways to implement such a structure.
Maybe.
It has to be established as a priority,
right.
In the U.S. in the same way that it doesn't get overwhelmed by other priorities in the various agencies.
Think of where the money runs in the U.S. You got NIH, you got NSF, you got DARPA. You know, where are the innovations coming from? Where is the science being funded from? And seldom do you see significant cooperation there. The dollars come with requirements, right. You know, and it's in addition to that, you have so many researchers out there going to the private foundations, because that's really where you can get something quickly and you can do that, the initial work, the preliminary work that often enables you to then go to the feds and be like, I have some proof of concept here. Now I want to come in and use more of the restricted data. You know, many of us are using the states or the cities in the US as our labs because we lack access to the population level data. It's gated. And so it's figuring out how you can get the work started so that then you could scale. But there are really serious equity considerations there. You know, I come from a position of privilege and I work at Georgetown University. Not all researchers at universities or nonprofits in the United States may have the same reach. And so there's a certain, I aspire to this sort of a federated, involved system, because I do think it's also going to level the playing field and get questions asked by people who for so many years, for like legacy reasons, have not been asking important questions that affect their communities. So I think that that's another reason that we really have to push toward that other future.